What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
We're Hill City Paranormal.
Hill City.
Otherwise known as HCP Paranormal Podcast.
On the other side.
I see we've got one viewer in here. That's awesome.
What's up?
If you're in here, definitely leave us a comment. How's everybody been doing? I know it's only been like 7 days. So for those of you that don't know, we air live on Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube, everything Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you know a team or a psychic medium or somebody that has had a personal paranormal experience, please send us a DM. We would love to have you on the show. Without
goes down in the DM.
Oh Lord.
It goes down in the DM. All the people who are like on my personal page is like,
we can't do nothing with this guy.
He does a rap song? What?
And you're wearing this shirt in our podcast.
Oh God, I didn't realize that. Hawk Tour.
Oh my God. This is why I have to go to a hairdresser every 6 weeks to cover grays, y'all. Right here.
Hawk Tour.
Okay. So, funny story before we bring our guests in. We were in Charleston, South Carolina, and I tell this man, get ready, we're going out to dinner. And this is one of the shirts that he chose to wear. So you can imagine the looks and the comments and the conversation that we were getting in Charleston, South Carolina. But I will say it was not the reaction that I expected. Like, people were literally dapping him up and like encouraging this behavior.
Because everybody knows about that Hawk Tour.
Oh my God. But without further ado, we've got Katie, Michelle, and Kimberly.
Hi.
Oh, sisters. Supernatural. Hi, ladies.
Oh man, I gotta put my glasses on. I can't I can't see anything. I'm sitting here like
you can't have a shirt on and be looking like you're Asian in the camera.
Hey, when that Hawk Tour
oh my God, stop it.
all right.
You're dumb. Dallas. Hey,
What's
you guys.
Up,
hey, Dallas. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Dallas.
Hey. Rhonda with FPRI, otherwise known as Fredericksburg Paranormal, and also co-host of the Totally Freaking Awesome Paranormal Show.
Which is a totally freaking awesome.
Which airs right after ours if you guys want to tune in.
We tune in.
Nice.
Yes. So tell me a little bit, is there a leader to your group? Is it just all three of you? You just kind of vibe?
Somebody's the leader. Who's the leader?
Vibe. No, we vibe.
We'll say Waffles, Kim's golden doodle.
My mini golden doodle.
You know what? The dogs run the show. For those of you that haven't tuned in and met we call them our paranormal researchers in training, but they will at some point, I'm sure, jump up here and say hi. They like to jump on their dad.
One of them's chewing on the
hey, Shonda, also a member of Fredericksburg Paranormal. Thank you for tuning in.
Fredericksburg shows out.
I love them.
Yeah, we love them.
So tell me a little bit about Soul Sisters Supernatural.
Who wants to go?
I hear the song. Hey,
this is it. No leader.
No leader. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, so that is my sister, Kim. For real. She's my baby sister. And Squirrel's my adopted sister, kind of. We met at an investigation and we ended up clicking. And the rest is history. Yeah, we really clicked and we get along awesome and we investigate awesome together. We get some really good evidence. Our energy seems to mesh. So
that's important for sure.
Yeah, this was not the plan. It just happened.
How long have you been investigating?
Since I was a teenager, but we've been together a couple of years now, I think.
Yeah, together we've been like 3 years, I think it's been.
Yeah, right after COVID, so probably 3 years now.
So, I got to ask the baby sister, did you think your sister was a weirdo growing up? Like, why is she into this paranormal stuff? Or were you into it as well?
No, I mean, we actually kind of grew up in a haunted house. So it kind of just came with the territory. We had a lot of crazy stuff happen to us at the house that we grew up in. So it was, she wasn't crazy by any means. I wasn't as into it at that time, but then I ended up getting into it because I was seeing things happen and experiencing a lot of supernatural stuff.
So were you like the kid sister that was like, let me tag along, or?
Oh yeah. She used to just get rid of me. Like I was trying to hang out with her cool friends and she'd be like, no way you hanging out with me.
Boyfriend. And Yep.
I remember that. I had a baby brother, rest in peace now. But my brother, man, when my mom said, take your brother, I wanted to just like jump off a cliff.
I gotcha. I
was like,
I got
no.
2 sisters, so.
Yeah, she was trying to get rid of all of us.
Yeah, of course. That's what it really boils down to is mom wanted a break.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now I see that.
Butterfly, hello. Ronnie Anderson from Bedford Paranormal, hello. John Sullivan, Fredericksburg Paranormal. Michael Brooks,
Fredericksburg, FBI.
Yeah, FPRI. And Mama D in the house. For those of you that don't know, that's Sean's mama.
Oh, Sean's mom.
And then Colleen, hello. Thank you for joining.
I'm here with you.
Oh my God, here we
Hey,
go.
Colleen. That's a friend of mine.
Awesome.
Colleen, what up, girl?
We if you've never tuned into one of our shows, we kind of have a no bars held, like
It's off the chain. Say what you want.
say what you want. We don't,
We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly here.
That's right.
So,
Howie.
Howie.
Tip in my hat.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Butterfly. Hey, Mama D. All right. So I know. So you guys have been doing this for about 3 years. Where are you from?
Well, Michelle and I are both in Rhode Island, and then Squirrel lives in Long Island.
Yeah.
Up
Okay.
north. Okay.
All right. So I got to ask, since you're in Rhode Island, have you done the whole Halloween spooky tour in Salem?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
ton of time.
So fun.
I'm so jealous.
I am so sad. Like
Hey,
you're the second team I've talked to that I'm like, I want to go so bad, but it's 14 hours from us. We're in Virginia.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And so I'm thinking okay, so 14 hours, I can drive it. That's not an issue. We could take turns, but then I would need at least
I see.
like 5 to 7 days to be there. So now I'm like taking off, like 10 days from work and whatever I need to do just to spend like all the time in Salem. But it's definitely on my bucket list because I am a spooky season bitch for sure.
I'm not driving. I'm asleep.
Yeah. Sean.
It's very cool during the spooky season, but it gets very crowded. So sometimes if you actually wanted to check it out, like really check it out, it's sometimes better to go off season, in all honesty.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Paranormal
Bye.
Time.
All right, you gotta go. Bye.
Hi, kitty.
Sorry.
I'm not a cat person, but we did just adopt an all-black cat,
You're a cat person.
and this
I'm
cat,
not a cat person.
this cat is making me into a cat person because it's like a 6-month-old kitten and it follows you around like an infant, like
Aw.
just meowing, and it's so cute and it's soft. So but I'm not going to say that publicly that I like cats yet. I'm a dog
I
person.
do cat rescue, so yeah. I'm a cat girl.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay,
Oh,
Courtney.
poor,
I
like-
balance her. I'm the dog person. She's the
See,
cat
there
person.
you go.
So.
I'm more of a dog person, but I will say both or all animals I think that I've ran into have like a level of loyalty that us people could never match.
Except that one cat we got.
Yeah, except this barn cat that two-pieced my face.
Oh no.
I got beat the shit out of
do
my
that.
cat, y'all. I'm saying that publicly. I mean, this dude put up like a Mike Tyson fight. So I was very ashamed. I'm like, I am way bigger than you.
Told you to leave that cat alone. Man. I told you.
So anyway, how often do you guys investigate?
We've been trying to do like once a month, basically. Obviously with all of our jobs and the real way we
we had
make
this
money.
conversation.
We kind of have to balance it. So and then obviously, so we call her Squirrel, but Katie, she's in Long Island, so it's a little bit of a trek for her sometimes. So just coordinating, but we do usually try to do it like once a month.
That's good. That's good. I feel like that's good balance. Sometimes I feel like if you're going like every single weekend, you get burnout quick.
We did that 3 weekends in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
You just
We
like
had para hangover, like you wouldn't believe.
Constantly. Ugh,
It's like we were
terrible.
on tour.
It's a real thing.
it is a real thing. Like if we have an
Yeah.
overnight on Saturday, like don't even call me on Sunday. Like don't
Yeah.
call my phone because I'm probably going to be sleeping
Cut the
or
phone off.
just mentally drained. But I
Do
mean,
you
a
ever
lot-
sleep? If you do an overnight, though, do you guys ever sleep?
so it depends on the location. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been to Cabin on the 360 shout out Ryan Jones and Dennis Eslock for that location for sure.
And Howard.
And Howie, yes. If you guys ever make your way to Virginia, let me know. That is a must investigate. So the very first time that we investigated it, well, both times I think I stayed up all night. I think both times I did.
Yes.
That was crazy. I don't know how I did it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I worked all day and then drove 2 hours away to the investigation, stayed up all night, and then drove 2 hours home before I crashed. But I feel like locations that are that active will keep you up.
Yeah.
But if you're at an overnight that is just kind of mediocre or dead or nothing's really going on, your adrenaline isn't pushing you.
Right.
Like, this particular night, it was like so active that we talked about it all the way home, So.
Oh, it sounds like us.
Yeah.
Lonnie
We stay
said
up and drink.
We do. We come back and we drink and talk about the investigation afterwards. We review stuff. We don't go right to bed. We stay up all night. Sometimes the whole next day too. We're crazy.
Ronnie said I need to get some rest this Friday. Ronnie, we have already got a game plan for this Friday. My stepdaughter has informed me that we are going to sleep pretty much all day Friday, which I can't do. I got to work. But when I get off work, rest and sleep in for sure on Saturday. So we are ready.
I don't ever sleep at investigations.
Yeah, Sean is one that does not sleep at all. If there is a comfortable couch, like I said, and nothing going on, you can count me out. I will tap quick.
Yeah, we don't either. We're with you, Sean. We definitely don't sleep.
No.
Even if nothing's going on, I'm gonna try to find something going on.
Well, I figure like the moment we actually go to sleep is the moment something crazy is going to happen, and somebody's going to be like, "Did you see that?
Exactly.
What?"
I feel like I'm gonna miss something, or I feel like I'm gonna wake up, something's gonna be staring at me, and I can't do it.
Oh yeah, there's certain locations we just won't sleep regardless.
Yeah,
I'm not putting myself in that kind of position. So
yeah.
I think 3 a.m. iced coffee is normal.
Yeah,
You do need more coffee.
we're going to a location on Saturday that I don't think I'm going to sleep at, because it's one of those locations that I'm not 100% sure about. I'm not nervous. I'm super excited, but it's one of those locations, like Sean said, I don't want to wake up and something be staring at me, smacking my face or something. We're going to an asylum.
Oh,
So
cool.
I feel like, which I have never, well, there you go. He put it out there. We're going to St. Albans.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we haven't been there.
Yeah, we're going with Ronnie with Bedford Paranormal. And, where this is like right up my alley. We do a lot of Civil War, like battlegrounds, plantations, things like that. This is going to be our first asylum as a team.
Legally.
Yeah, legally. Let's put that disclaimer out. Wink, wink.
We're not saying anybody go break in anywhere, but before we were legit and had different roles in our lives, we did a little bit of things that we shouldn't have done. So we're not recommending anybody watching break in anywhere, but
we just call it urban exploration.
Yes.
Back in the day, we
That's
did
what
our
it
share
is.
of urban exploration. We've been to asylums, but
Yeah.
Daryl, shout out. That's another location in Virginia, Clover Hill. He's also a member of Bedford Paranormal.
yeah, Clover Hill was interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was very.
I got an apparition there. Lee Allen, hello. Ghosts of Stanton walking tours. We still need to make it out there. No, that's not Ghosts of
That's
Stanton.
not Ghost of Stanton. That's wrong.
I'm
guy.
getting everybody confused. Paravisions.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to say the amount of support we get from other teams and other locations on our podcast is remarkable. So, thank y'all.
Awesome.
I was going to say it now before I don't say it. Thank you. We actually genuinely support it.
And without fail, I will fuck something up, Lee. So please don't take that personal. I just be shouting out everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everybody that on the spot like this. But we love y'all support, so thank you.
Now, I did see though, Lee. So definitely let me know. Are you guys starting a podcast or something? Let me know in the comments. I thought I saw a post about that. So what's the last location that you guys investigated?
Oliver House in Massachusetts.
Okay, tell me about it.
Katie.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been there a few other times, but every time you go, it's always different. Like one night could be really active, another night it could be in between. So I feel like we had a really good turnout. We tried to do the CE5 experiment. So
Ooh, what is?
those
Oh,
are on
okay.
the ufology track, but yeah, but that was nice. Like, but it was exciting.
What is the CE5?
What was that?
You said CE5?
Oh yeah,
It's-
girls could probably like
It's
tell more.
communicating with like the aliens, basically. So you're going out there, you're doing like a meditation, trying to bring on nice aliens, not the kind that do the other things.
Wait a minute.
All right, Lee, send me the link so I can tune in.
Yeah, we're all right. So I'm interested in that. Now you got me invested. There's 2 different types of aliens out there.
There's
Nice
quite a
aliens.
few.
Hey, y'all are teaching me something. I'm interested. You got my attention.
All right.
So
Well,
Yeah,
there's
well-
a lot of different kinds.
let's break this down now. So, y'all got to dumb it down for me.
All right. Well, the Greys are not exactly like the nicest of the bunch. There's the reptilians. Michelle,
I heard
you
of
know
that.
better than me. All this good
Oh,
stuff.
God.
That's what affects
Basically-
celebrities, right? Like the reptilian stuff. Like I read about that. Like celebrities are like,
Yeah, supposedly that's supposed to be government and like, you know, Queen Elizabeth back in the day before.
Is that true? Because you're saying it like you don't believe it. Is that true?
I don't know. I mean, we learn about all these things. I don't know if it's all true or not, but I'm interested. I mean, I'm open-minded. The CE5, it was started by, was it Stephen Greer?
Yeah.
You get a bunch of like-minded people and you go out into a quiet area that's really dark so you can see a lot of the stars and whatever's going on. And you go through this meditation. And I mean, I've done it up in New Hampshire with my boyfriend up in the mountains, and we've actually seen craft like far away, but act very strange. Zigzagging, shooting up fast and disappearing, things like that. So that's what this is supposed to bring on, that you can actually kind of communicate. So you can
so
see
like, is
them.
there a process? Like, is there like when you say like meditate, is there like a chant or a something that you need to say in order to
So
like communicate?
We did it legit this time. Our friend has the app and it has that person actually meditating with you and saying certain things to get you in a mindset. I don't remember what it was, but
Y'all do this with a phone app?
yes. Yeah.
What's the name of the app?
Oh,
I think if
geez.
you just look up CE5, I think it should come
Okay.
up.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
so-
really interesting. Like,
Well, we have a
didn't
member of
I
our
didn't expect
team
to
that
know that.
investigates like UFO stuff. Like
Oh, cool.
that's something that he does. I just haven't had the time to like sit down. Like I've asked him certain questions, but it's not something that like we've dabbled in, like Sean and myself or anybody else in the team. But it is something I'm definitely interested in.
This
So
is the 3rd podcast that's gone to aliens.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm starting to wonder if we need to get into that. I'm not saying I don't believe, because I just don't know. Like, so I get really excited to hear this stuff because, like, I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, that night we didn't really connect. At least I couldn't. There were too many bugs. I was getting eaten alive out there. It was the day of like we had a huge rainstorm and then it stopped, and we were in the back of this wooded area where it was just like mosquitoes the size of your fist coming at you. And I was like, I can't meditate out here. No way.
Better to do in the fall.
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, it's not happening. I ran inside after a while. I was like, there's no
okay, so Sean timed you out, but I want you to continue. So you utilize this app. Somebody is saying a phrase or a verse of some sort with you. Do you repeat this back? Like you repeat
in
or
your head, kind of in your head.
okay, in your head. All right.
And there's some strange music that goes along with it. Like it kind of like plays like almost like it was almost like buggy music, right? Like crickets kind of noise. It was odd. But it plays this and you have to, and it plays on repeat for like almost like you're supposed to listen to it for about 14 minutes while you're meditating, looking up.
Okay.
And it's also like then it starts going into a meditation speaking thing where it's like, okay, now clear your mind, think about, you know, who you want to connect with, like what alien you want to see, where you want to be in the world, like that type of thing. So you almost kind of like almost like astral projection in a way, like you're leaving your body, but you're basically trying to communicate to the aliens in a nice way, like we are nice people, we're not here to, you know, hurt you or anything. And supposedly people have gotten some really good connections with that and has seen some stuff. So we've been trying, but we really just haven't found the perfect spot. You have to be in the complete dark basically no light, like no street lights. And just no bugs would be nice.
Yeah, you need to be
Oh, well, y'all need to come out to our other property. It is pitch black out there. We have a house in the country.
Oh, you guys could do this tonight.
And I feel like if I was to sit down with this app, I might see some stuff that might scare me. Because we've caught some weird stuff that we can't explain, like on our surveillance cameras. Remember that like 12-foot, 20-foot like figure that you saw coming out of the tree?
People gonna think we crazy.
I don't care. I'm a paranormal
No,
investigator.
we're into cryptids. We're into all
Crazy.
I investigate dead people. Like I'm already crazy.
Yeah, we did
Right? Oh, we're already there.
weird stuff on our cameras out there.
Yeah, there was like this, like, the 12-foot Skelly from Home Depot. Okay, so
Yes.
this like figure was like taller than Skelly, and
It's like taller than a pine tree.
we had to screenshot the video or whatever, and
Right.
it was like I don't know.
I think I am.
Yes, Ronnie, we are crazy as hell. But yeah, I don't want to meet this like 20-foot figure. I feel like he would scare me the way that like his face was kind of looking in the camera. But like I tried to debunk it the best that I could, and it is a full figure. Like it's not see-through, it's not there's like pine trees standing like this, and he's like there's like a gap like right here, and he was standing like right in between, like almost the same height as this big ass pine tree. Now we got pine trees. So I mean, I don't
That's
know.
terrifying. I
I don't
really
know.
wouldn't want to see that in my backyard, but
No, I was kind of like, okay, what is that? But I mean,
I just chopped it up and my camera was doing some weird stuff and let it ride. I don't know what that was.
Was it
So-
thin? Like, was it
it
like?
was like a thin, like the camera was in night vision, so it was black and white, so I can't give you like a color, but it was
Right.
like a thin. It almost looked like, oh my god, what's that horror movie that Niall likes? Slender Man.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, I
Slender
think
Man,
it's yes.
That's
okay.
exactly what it looked like.
All
Like
right,
a big
that's
giant
terrifying.
Slender Man.
that's
and I was
not,
like,
that's
oh,
not a
no.
good thing.
Like as big as he was, he could have stepped on my house. No. Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
So he can stay in the trees. But anyway, I would love to know more about the different types of aliens, because you said there's gray ones. Those are the ones that that are depicted on TV,
I gotta
right?
go get my drink for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So yeah, the grays are
I'm gonna need a stronger drink for
this. Scientific type, very cold. They kind of just use us as experiments. It sounds like for the most part. And then there's the Nordic ones, which are really tall and blonde.
Yep.
The Octurans that are
Yeah,
supposed
hair?
to be blue. White, like a Swede, like very whitish blonde hair. They're very light skinned. Those would be the Nordic ones. We've actually been learning about ufology, so we've been doing some of this. Oh,
Alien
good.
world
Order. I've been this is part of our class that we've been taking them on ufology. So that's why we've been more so like we like to branch out, hence the supernatural. Like we're not just stuck on, we want to do investigations of spirit. We kind of want to see other things. We want to see cryptids. We want to see aliens. We want to do it all.
So like I've been researching a little bit about the whole like cryptid thing. Like I follow Spooky Appalachia on TikTok, and I follow several other like Appalachian people and like their traditions. Like at night they close their curtains, they lock their doors. If you hear whistling, if you hear somebody knocking on your door, if you hear your name being called after like a certain time, like you don't like respond. Like I like to hear about that type of stuff, because and like to go even deeper, actually Mama D and I got into a conversation last night about hearing knocking in your sleep.
I
And
hear screaming.
I hear screaming.
Screaming.
Both of us do.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be going to sleep and something will scream like right next to my ear so loud. Doesn't happen all the time. It's happened to my sister. We just found out we've been experiencing the same stuff. Because I also hear conversations, like parties and conversations, but I can't make the words out. And she hears the same thing.
And just
We
last
just
night,
figured that out.
I think it was just last or 2 nights ago, I was going to bed, and all of a sudden, right when I started to close my eyes, all I heard was, "Hey!" like really loud in my ear. And I'm like, what?
Okay. All right.
It was a little crazy.
Ain't nobody going to hay me in my sleep, first of all. Let's just put that out there. What any spirits that are in this house that are listening right now, you ain't going to hay me in my sleep.
My spirits do like me here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, in Kim's house,
the
like
knocking-
we'll be watching TV, and then like downstairs, you hear like it sounds like her husband's coming home or something, and nobody's down there.
Yeah.
Lonnie said, "What
Door
the fuck? Hell no."
opens.
I'm trying to tell you, hell nah. But the knocking thing, once I started like researching it, the reason I'm talking about it is because there's like a whole spiritual side, and then you've got like a medical side to this stuff. So like if you go and you ask a doctor, you've got this condition called exploding head syndrome, and it's something with like your auditory senses. But like I got more into the spiritual side. And so I feel like that's all connected with like the cryptids and, you know, what's the proper term? UFOlogy, UFOlogy, whatever.
Aliens, UAPs, I mean, any of that.
Like I really feel like the knocks, the screaming, the haze is something in another dimension trying to communicate with us. Like I feel that way personally.
Courtney, that's exactly what we think. So because I've even gotten some really good ghost photos, like in a mirror, that it really is somebody like sitting from the 1800s. And then the next photo, because I took 3, this was at Wilson Castle actually, and I took 3 shots in a row. And one of them, and if you zoom in, you just see this man like sitting, but you don't see his face. I've got 2 pictures that I've taken in a mirror with no face. But I'm always like, I feel like it's just a different dimension. Like it's almost like an overlap, right? So
bring that up.
Yeah, so they're getting ready for like a ball or something in the 1800s, and then all of a sudden there's like this movement, and he's like, "What is that?" It's me, right? Like if it's just a weird overlap or a glitch almost.
See, and do you think that they're looking at us from an outside dimension, going like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
I think sometimes we connect on just the right frequency that I think sometimes they do see us too. One time I was sitting on my couch and someone appeared in my hallway in a doctor's coat and like phased in and then phased out. And I'm staring, my boyfriend didn't see it, only I did. So I must be crazy, but he was watching TV and I saw it. And we've seen stuff like that where it's there, it's not there. She's got a picture of, was she walking out of the wall or into the wall?
Out of, like
one at the old Ram
Inn.
Inn.
Ancient Ram Inn in England. It was crazy. It was in the witch's room. I was the only person left. I ran back in to take pictures of the mirrors, and I'm like taking pictures, snapping away. I get back on the bus. I'm like, what is that? And it was, you could see me, and you can see even the timestamp. It's like literally the same second. And there's this woman she has like a solid leg too. It's really weird, coming out of the wall. And I'm like, wow, okay, with a white dress on, and it looks like a white veil.
See, 'cause I feel like if they're looking at us from like the outside in, they probably think we're nuts. Like, because women would never be in tank tops back in the day. We would never have cleavage out. We would not be, hell, I don't even think at one point like women could wear their hair down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or let alone wear pants. Like I'm notorious for, dressing in like something comfortable for investigations. Like I don't go out in like jean shorts. I don't like jeans. I'm more of like a leggings person because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I need to like sprint for my life at some point. I don't know. But so like to an 1800s spirit, they're wondering why the hell is this woman in a pair of leggings and a t-shirt and sneakers? Like, where's her bell and her corset? And why is her hair not, plated?
Or are they investigating us? Are they trying to figure out what the hell we are?
I was
wondering that too, if it goes back and forth. And it's like, are they trying to investigate us? Or even at Oliver House, remember we asked that question, girls? Like we actually asked, do we look weird to you? Does our clothing look strange to you? And we got to know. So I don't know if it's like they see so many people going in there investigating every night or every weekend that they just get accustomed to it too. Like, oh, okay, here's another girl wearing a tank top.
And I think it goes that way with paranormal equipment. We've had that conversation. So Sean's our tech guy. And like we've been at locations that if we pull out a REM or we pull out, cat balls or something like that, that's shiny and lights up and makes noise, that's foreign to, less frequented location. As opposed to we have a location that we go to and we always bust out a REM and we communicate with the spirits with that REM. So they're used to us now because we've already been there over a dozen times with this same equipment. So I'm wondering if that's like you said, they're almost like getting accustomed. Oh, okay, here. And that meme that circulates around Facebook too of I forget the actor's name, but he's got a cigarette in his hand. He's like standing there with his eyes rolled back. And it says like ghosts when they see paranormal teams coming.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I really feel like that's how they look. Like, here comes another fucking bunch of nuts. Like, here they come. Let's get ready,
Yeah, and I think sometimes we've been at places that have just been over investigated. It's just like they seem like the ghosts don't even want to communicate because they're like, oh God, just leave me the frig alone. And I'm like, I get it. I wouldn't want to be asked
so much. We talk about that
in the Oliver house. Like we'd be in one room and it felt like they like shifted to the other room, or it was like they didn't want to be
right. Yeah, like they were watching us, they were observing us, but it was always like right outside the room.
Yeah.
And then we would go to the next room and then things would be happening over there. It was like so bizarre.
Yeah, they're just fucking with us.
That's fine. That's
Everybody,
fine too.
this is a public service announcement. Listen.
Sorry.
Ghosts
I meant messing.
Look, ghosts are sick of our shit. Like they're sick of us. Like we need new rounds of questions or better ways to communicate. I definitely think that that's part of being a paranormal researcher because you come up with new methods every investigation, or even this is why I personally love collaborating with other teams because I get to see their methods and I'm like, oh shit, I should try that. That's a great
you don't
idea.
have to apologize for cussing. This is an open floor. We're all grown here. If you don't like cuss words, get the fuck out. This is simple.
So our approach is actually a little different. We don't do the whole interrogation thing. We're not trying to make them angry or annoyed. We go in and we have conversations, we laugh, and we actually get more activity by doing that. Just like making them part of our conversation instead of like, hey, you're dead. Hey, how old are you?
When did you die? How old are you? It's just, we just don't do that. The interrogation, we hate it. So we just have a conversation amongst ourselves and we laugh and we talk about boyfriends and, all of that stuff. So we had one remember at the other house and we were sitting downstairs in the basement, literally having a conversation with one of our friends about her boyfriend. And it was like 20 minutes later, I'm like, that we're sitting in the basement right now.
Creepy basement.
Talking about your boyfriend.
I love it. What better place to have a conversation about that?
I mean, our best evidence has come during our most inappropriate conversations. So, I mean, our best EVP, we call it, was during a time where I was having the most inappropriate conversation I could have. And
shocker.
When we actually sent the evidence to the owner of the location, we had to do a lot of editing out of what I was saying prior to the EVP, we call it. Because it was pretty bad. I mean, the language was pretty foul. Shocking.
Not shocking for you.
Sorry, Colleen. I did see your question. We have not. So we can't go into the house because it's owned. But Michelle and I actually did go across the street. So backstory is that our house was actually built on a graveyard. And back then it was like, we basically grew up in like the typical poltergeist house. They removed the gravestones, not all the graves. And they moved them diagonal across the street. So we can't go back into our old house to investigate because somebody lives there now. But Michelle used to babysit in that whole entire area and like every house in the cul-de-sac. It was called Crabapple Court and it was all haunted. And then we went back to our old graveyard. And it's like, you can tell there's no bodies. All of the spots, all of the places that they would dig in, like put the body, were all sunken in. So there's no graves there. It's just the headstones. It's a little creepy.
That is creepy. Like, why didn't you take like their markers with you?
Why did we?
No, why didn't they take the mark? If they took the bodies, why didn't they take the markers?
Well, no, they didn't. They
Oh
didn't
no, there's a
actually move the
historical
bodies.
cemetery now.
Oh, okay.
We don't think that they moved everybody because, like she said, everything's sunken in. It's not that well cared for. At least last time we were there was probably a few years ago. But yeah, that house was intense, and we were young, so it was an eye opener to say the least. But yeah, I used to babysit, and every house had issues. All my friends would complain. Like, it was pretty common.
And you just grew up thinking this was normal.
It was normal.
It's normal to us now. Even when we have stuff happen, I don't even really get freaked out, or I'll be like, oh, I'll freak out for 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, whatever. Too tired. Don't want to deal. I have in my house, I don't think they're actually puckwudgies. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. It's a term that they use up in Massachusetts for these little mischievous creatures. And in my house, things go missing, sometimes for a day, sometimes for a year, sometimes for 10 years. And then it'll just pop up somewhere else.
So wait a minute. So
Yeah,
there's little, like you say, little creatures.
Yeah, I can see them sometimes. They're like shadowy. They're only like probably not that big. They're pretty small.
What are they called?
Looking around the corners.
Puckwudgies.
You call them puckwudgies.
I think I still have a slipper sock at your house, Michelle. Like, I was like, I don't know where it is. Like,
They're called wedgies?
No, wedgies?
No, puckwudgies.
That's a good name for you.
No, that's what I'm calling you.
I'm just calling you a puck wedgie.
There's nothing little about me.
Or puckwudgie. That's fine.
What do they look like? Wait a minute.
Hold on, Tyler. I'm going to address you in a second. Hold on. We needed to. I do.
Talk about these wedgies. Hold on. Wait a minute. What do they look like?
In folklore, they're these little, and they're not always nice. So I don't know if that's what I have here, but I've been seeing this little dude since I was young.
So he's male.
I think it's a male. I feel like it's a male. I don't get to see too many features. It's pretty dark and it's small, and I see it peeking. Kim's seen it peeking around the corner of my stairwell, and it's
like a gnome, like a little.
You got a little 2-foot guy peeking at you around the stairs. No. I'm never coming to your house. I don't care if you pay my airfare. No. It's not happening.
I think it's. I'm very.
Ronnie knows what these are. Ronnie, you know what these are?
Oh, Ronnie. What?
Ronnie, is there anything you don't know? I'm going to sick you, Ronnie. I'm just kidding.
No, I am sick of Ronnie. Ronnie.
So I'm not sick of Ronnie.
So are they shadow figures or?
Yeah, I think they're more shadow figures.
Ronnie said yes. Okay, because that's going to completely X out my next question. I'm like, what were they wearing? What kind of hair did they have?
Guitar player.
Oh my God, we do have a midget guitar player. LT, we love you if you're listening. Oh my God, Daryl's laughing at us right now. Hold on, I want to readdress though. Tyler said something. He said, this is probably my favorite paranormal conversation to have. It really shows just how open to interpretation the paranormal really is, and how oh God, I'm choking. How no one team or person's way of going about investigating is right or wrong. Bingo. As long as you're curious and you want to figure out what is really going on in the other realm, then get out there and do it. Investigate. Let the spirits investigate you. Share your findings and continue adding pieces to the paranormal puzzle. Tyler, I love that comment.
I know. I want to save it. I want a screenshot.
Yeah, that is probably the most intelligent shit that I've ever heard, because that's exactly what's going on. Is we've got a paranormal puzzle. We've now added, what is it? Puckwudgies?
Wedgies.
I'm dying. That's
wedgies.
I like Ouija's.
I like wedgies.
So we've got these I've never heard of. We've got the CE5 experiment I've never heard of. These are all pieces to the paranormal puzzle.
This is why we do this podcast. This is wondering why. Number one, if you ever investigate with Tyler, his statement is really what he is. I got the opportunity to investigate with him one time. He's really that open when he investigates. He's like, dude, he's very that open. But his statement really is deep.
It does. It resonates.
If you really think about it, it really is deep. But these wedgies, I'm more interested in these
Hold
wedgies.
on. So Colleen wants to know if you've ever tried to record this on your phone and captured. Oh, are you wondering about paranormal or the Ouija's?
Wedgies.
I have it in my home. No.
Wedgies. Oh, did you ever
I
have
have
the
to
wedgies,
live
Michelle? They're
What?
extremely quick. They like literally do
They're
this.
really
It's like
fast.
very
So,
fast.
so I feel like they're peeking around the corner going, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Uh-huh.
And then here.
It's possible. Yeah, but I've
Well-
literally been in here in this room and I had something on my desk, turned around, turned back around, and it was gone. And I still haven't
So if
found
you're
it.
missing shit, that's what's doing it now.
You know, it's funny
Uh-uh.
you're talking about this because I'm not gonna lie to you. There's times where I'll be missing some. I know I put it somewhere, and
He goes off on me.
I'll go off on everybody in the house, and I'm like, man, where's it at? And it'll be somewhere that I know I didn't put it.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
That's
And I will look
Where
at
they
Courtney and say,
Right.
there's something paranormal going on.
Can, can we pause for a second? This is why I cover my feet with the blanket, y'all.
Oh no, I totally get you. My feet are always covered.
Yeah.
Because
Mine aren't. I get too hot.
there's fucking Ouija's out there. Like they're gonna get my toes. I just know one day it's gonna get my toes.
It's something
I have a very high bed. My bed's like
Yeah.
extremely high up, so no 2-foot wedgie's gonna get me.
The 2-foot
They can probably
wedgies.
jump.
What if they
Oh,
they're fast? What if they can jump? And what if they can climb like the bedpost?
Oh god.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh my god!
Now
I'm
you're
not
bringing
gonna.
like this whole like really
See, now
scary
I'm
thing.
gonna go
I'm
do
gonna
some.
sleep tonight.
Thanks
I know,
for giving
that's
me
what I just
something.
said. I'm not going to sleep.
Thanks for
Like,
giving me something to research now. Now I'm really interested in all of this stuff. we're
like
talking
it's going to
about.
go like this. Hello, I can't make it to work tomorrow because I didn't sleep because the Ouija's were trying to get me.
Wedgies.
And my boss is going to just be like, ma'am.
The wedgies.
Ronnie says, so Ronnie, tell
Hey,
me in the
Ronnie
comments,
knows.
have you seen these creatures?
Like I'm really going to be looking this stuff up tonight. I was going to
Seriously.
get on my video game tonight,
YouTube.
but now I'm going to be looking this stuff up.
Yeah, they're
Colin?
actually kind of known to be more so in our area too. What is it, Michelle? The triangle.
Not the Bermuda Triangle.
No.
It's in Massachusetts.
Rhode
Oh my gosh.
Island, Mass, and New Jersey. Not New Jersey. What is it? Rhode Island, Mass, and I used to live in Taunton, Massachusetts, so I know what you're talking about. I can't
Oh
think of
yeah,
it.
yeah, because that's right over there.
Yeah.
For some reason I can't.
It's not Burlington. Why? I'm trying to think what it would be, but
It's gonna bother me too.
and now I'm thinking Bermuda. It's
So
not the
me too.
Bermuda Triangle.
No, Boston's in Massachusetts. There's like a name for it. It's like you could literally drive from Massachusetts to Rhode Island. Like if you're in like this triangle, you can get to like all 3 states in like 10 minutes. Like, and I can't think of it either. Damn.
No, it's on the
Colin.
tip of my tongue, but the Bridgewater Triangle.
That's it.
Bridgewater.
Mass.
Connecticut. Thank
That's
you,
what
Ronnie.
it was.
Connecticut. So you can go like Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island, like all within like 15, 20 minutes of each other.
Well, they say
I
different.
wouldn't say 15, 20 minutes
Maybe
unless
not.
you're
It's
like
not really
actually a
fast.
puck wedgie.
Yeah,
might
they can do it.
Maybe very fast puck wedgies can do that, but
I believe it. They're gonna get squirrel tonight and be at your house in an hour. Watch what I tell you.
Well, the one thing that Howie said during our podcast one time was, "We don't know shit about the paranormal."
we don't know shit about shit.
So there is no telling what all is out there. And the one thing I do believe is, like, if you're in different areas of the world, there are different types of paranormal entities out there.
Yes.
And what's yet to even be discovered.
Daryl said they're now called the super wedgies.
Wedgies.
No, we do not want a super wedgie
Why not?
because that would be really uncomfortable.
I would try to talk to it.
Oh my god.
I would at least negotiate, man.
They don't talk. They just peep around the corner and
Can you
then
tell me
they're
where you put
fast.
my socks, please? I'm running late for work. I need to know where my socks are.
Ronnie said this is why we do it. You are correct, Ronnie.
Absolutely.
But let me go back up to Colleen. Colleen wants to know, do your animals notice paranormal?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
they definitely do.
Yep. My dogs just stare. I have like I call it Farmer Joe. He's my ghost. He hangs out like over on the corner near the
Is he a
kitchen.
farmer?
And so like my dog will just, one of my older dogs, she just stands there and stares. And I'm like, Bumbles. And then finally, like, I'll have to touch her to get her out of it. She's like mesmerized by Farmer Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Michelle's got her kitty cats that are always doing that.
Yeah. And
I
I've
feel like
seen
those
stuff
have
and they've
doctors.
also looked, which makes it at least validates for me that I'm not just, crazy. Because they definitely do see things. Sometimes I yell at them to stop staring over my head because I start to get freaked out sometimes. But when they do that, it's a little scary. But
I mean, we have a German Shepherd. I'm wondering if every time she barks, like late at night, if she's like really seeing something or hearing something now.
Yeah, but her ears are like 9 feet tall. So
No,
she
they're
hears
not.
Yeah,
everything.
shit outside. My God.
Yeah, if you guys are in the woods, she's just barking
Yeah.
at Slender Man.
I'm trying to tell you. Oh my God. But the other one, I don't get worried unless my pit bull barks. If he barks, then I know somebody is outside. But because he don't hear shit. He don't care. He don't care about nothing. But
He's asleep right now.
But we got him shortly after our other dog passed away. And we would hear our previous dog's nails on the hardwood floor, like before we even got a new puppy.
Oh.
And when we got, when Zeus passed away, it was, God, probably 2 weeks before we got Zuko. We swore we weren't going to get another dog. And then Zuko popped up and he was like a little miniature puppy replica of our dog that just passed away, and I couldn't pass it up. I was like, we need this dog. So he went and got him, and it was, God, 3 months where Zuko would stare into the dining room, which is the same area that we would hear the phantom nails on the hardwood, and he would just stare and stare, and you would have to like go up behind him and like clap, like, come on, but I don't know. They say animals are our protectors, and I believe that. I really, truly do, both physically and spiritually. I do.
I do believe that as well.
And then, as far as cats go, I read recently that cats absorb negative energy. So the fatter your cat is, the more negative energy that cat has absorbed. So if you have an
read that at?
I don't know.
No,
That's
she
okay, I have many.
She read that somewhere.
Yeah, that they literally they said that like cats don't even really sleep at night because they're up and they're just like, if you get in the bed with your cat, they're absorbing your negative energy from that day. So if you notice like your cat's just gained like an ungodly amount of weight, like I would check your life. I really would. Like, who am I around? Who's in my house? What's in my house? The Ouijas are definitely probably causing some negative chaos.
My mantra is always cats and crystals because that's what I have in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm the medium of the group. I hate saying that, but I connect a lot, so I get very drained. I get drained on a daily basis, so it does seem to help.
Look, I see the little. Is that a Ouija? No, that's the cat in the background of Michelle.
Ouija?
Okay, all right.
That's the cat again.
I'm like, there.
But I never feel like we bring stuff home. We're usually very careful about that. And I mean, at least in my house, like I never have negative stuff happening. It's all the wedgie guys. It's just fun for them. I don't really care that they're stealing my shit. It's not a big deal. But sometimes I've asked them that I really need this back, and it'll show up in some weird place.
I mean,
Like,
Michelle, that cat looks really, really healthy. I'm going to say that, Michelle. So that cat is taking all the negative energy. I believe it. Daryl said them damn wedgies again. I know it. They're mischievous.
I like these wedgies.
I'm really YouTubing this after
I'm
this.
I'm going to do research the hell.
I'm fascinated with this stuff because like Sean said, there's different entities in different portions of the world. So it's kind of like Bigfoot, like he's only in certain wooded areas of the country. I don't know. He's only been spotted in certain wooded areas. They might be everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Do you guys think that different parts of the country, like I've been thinking about this lately, do you think that we actually are helping to create these things? And because like Japan believes in a certain thing and they've got these really creepy ghosts and things over there. And then you've got South America, you've got North America. I mean, you've got the Yeti, the Sasquatch, depending on where you are, they're pretty similar. But sometimes I wonder if it's just the collective of people. It's just their beliefs. And now that
I do. And I'm
my boyfriend, we're all connected now. Everybody's talking about this stuff. And now there's more videos of everything. We've even been catching more. I caught a photo at one of the places we were at, and I don't normally catch photos of a ghost or two ghosts, actually. I don't know. I'm just starting to think because we're all thinking about it and we're so connected that I wonder if part of it's us.
I do. I do think a part of it is us and different traditions and beliefs. And the reason I say that is because my stepdad is Hispanic. And, most people grow up and they're like, get in bed before the boogeyman gets you. Like, your parents are threatening you with this boogeyman. Like, I never saw the boogeyman. Well, my stepdad in South America, it's the cucuys. So, like, if you don't get in the bed, the cucuys are going to get you. Like, and then if you ask him to describe what the cucuys is or are or whatever, they don't look anything like folklore depicts the boogeyman looking. They're a different type of boogeyman, but essentially it's the same thing. It's just in a different culture. So, you know, and then you've got different cultural beliefs, like, you know, they celebrate the dead in Mexico, you know, and in America, then you come up to America and we are mourning over the dead and not really trying to like connect with it. But like in Mexico, they're actually like trying to physically connect and worship, you know, the dead. So do I believe that some of it has to do with personal belief and culture? Yes, I do.
We'll go even deeper than that. In certain parts of the world, every so many years, they dig the dead bodies up and party with their deceased loved ones. So they'll wait 10 years and dig that person up and will literally party with the rotten corpse and celebrate with the corpse. And some certain other parts of the world, they don't even bury them. They'll stick their coffin in the backyard and open it up every year on their birthday. So, you know, everybody has different rituals and traditions. And as far as like what you're saying is, as far as we have something to do with this, absolutely. I do believe, and Courtney and I have talked about this in open discussions. Every now and then we have an open discussion on our podcast. And we talked about the paranormal veil thinning, and which is allowing more spirit interaction or entity or whatever anybody wants to call it, ghost, spirit, demon, whatever you want to call it. It's allowing them to communicate more with us and us seeing more things, and more things are happening. If you look around you, there's way more accounts of activity, way more accounts of interaction. As far as the cryptid side, the Bigfoots and these monsters, so to speak, that are appearing, you know, our government and different people and scientists have created so many things, so many animals. You know, even in my neck of the woods in Bedford County, there's been reports of wolves,
the dog man
mating with
the coy wolves.
Yeah, the wolves.
Here.
Yeah, mating.
I've seen a coy wolf up close.
Right.
Which was a little scary.
Yeah, so many different things going on with all the pollution and chemicals and stuff going on. You don't know what's being created out there. I've seen things in the woods because I hunt, and I've seen things where I had to kind of do a double take it, like, what the hell is that moving around? So, you know, ain't no telling what's out there. We don't know. You see videos on YouTube all the time, and then with AI technology that's going on now, you don't know what's real and what to believe anymore. So unless you see it with your own two eyes. So we live in a world now of things that are evolving and changing and being manipulated so much. That's one reason why we don't share much evidence. I was just telling, you know, a young man the other day, he's like, why don't you share your evidence? And I said, well, the minute I share something,
somebody's going to think you're crazy.
A group of people's going to say, oh, damn, that's cool. But a majority of people's going to say, how did he fake that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Sharon, I'm with you on that one. Cause like, I don't even post my evidence now because like when I took those pictures, like I know for a fact they're real. I know they weren't doctored. My sister was with me. My other sister was with me. Like we all know that happened right there and then. Cause I'm like, holy crap, look at this. Yeah. But as soon as you do that, there's always the naysayers that are like, oh, you just doctored that up. You faked it. But here I am, a paranormal investigator. Why am I going to do that? Right. So
right. You don't have time. Like,
right. Like I really don't. You're right.
I don't want to review the freaking evidence I have because it takes hours upon hours upon hours upon hours and days, months sometimes. Review evidence. What makes you think I want to spend an extra 4 hours photoshopping shit? Like,
exactly.
First of all, I don't even understand. Exactly. Ronnie said, I just learned of a new cryptid. I can't remember the name. It starts with a G, but looks like Bigfoot with a dog face. So I tried to Google it, Ronnie. Are you talking about the only thing I'm looking up is opposite, actually. It's called the Jinmenken, Jinmenken. And it says it has the body of a dog and a human face. Let me know if that's what.
Good God.
I wouldn't
really creepy.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
He thinks more people investigating causes more evidence to be found. That's a good point.
Yeah, because everybody wants to be, ever since the TV shows, which we all laugh at and joke about, you know, I've started to change my opinion on the TV shows. I honestly think they're helping the paranormal world. They're hurting it, but helping it at the same time because it's making people more open to what we do as investigators. Is it hurting it? Yes, because it gives people a false reality of what we do. But is it helping it because it's making those people who are bashing it and not believing in it saying, well, maybe there is something out there, and it gives them that sense of saying, you know what, I'm going to get online and I'm going to order this K2 and I'm going to go out here and hold it around like a some kind of thing that's going to catch all the ghosts. And
my K2 catches all.
My K2 catches them all too. Damn.
All of them.
Paranormal.
You are not.
Your REM pod is trash. I said it.
You will not.
Live on whatever.
Why are you yelling?
Because I got excited. You know, black people are real loud when they get excited.
Lord, do I know? You're not going to sit here and bash my REM pod.
Your REM pod's trash.
You're trash. How about that? How about that?
That hurt my feelings.
I love you.
That hurt my soul.
The love you clothes. I love you.
If you smooth it over with that, it's okay.
That's the I love you clothes. I do that to my husband all the time. I love
smooth it over. My feelings hurt.
My feelings are hurt. You talk about my REM pod. And now we're getting yelled at by Deb and John Cushman. Lord.
Look at that.
Yes. Yes, Mama. I will behave.
How are you gonna say Mama?
Or I don't know. It could be Papa John. We're not sure.
I need to get back to the
yes,
585.
Haunted Octagon Mansion. Shout them out. They're in Wytheville, Virginia.
That's one location. I don't care if I ever investigate it again. I just need to go visit it because I like all the artifacts there.
We can go take a day trip. We can go.
Yeah.
Ronnie said in New Orleans, they don't even use coffins. They're burying bodies in grottos for a year and one day and turn the soil to bury another family member in the same spot. Hell nah. You're not going to bury me with my family members. That's weird. See, I told you it was Mama Deb.
They were talking about that. Shout out Haunted Octagon Mansion, by the way. That's an awesome place if y'all ever come to Virginia to investigate.
I'm telling you, awesome people.
Yeah, I got to shout out these places.
All good vibes.
Yeah.
Sounds like we just need to take a road trip to Virginia and hang out. Yeah. I mean, I do get sent there for work sometimes, but I'm not as far south, I don't think.
I'm telling you, like these people who've tuned in, we're not just shouting them out because they tune in. Because trust me, we are very real on this podcast.
Yes.
We do not like you. We let you know. I have no problem saying that I don't like you, or if you've done something to me to piss me off, I'm very vocal about it. I do not care. I will let you know. But these people are really good people and have great locations that I will not mind paying to go back to or volunteering to work at. I'll say that publicly. And anybody who knows me, I'm known outside of the paranormal world. Anybody who knows me will know that I have no problem saying how I feel about something.
The whole world knows.
And I'm not going to sugarcoat shit because I don't like unicorn turds. So I will say that these people are great people. So yes.
Now,
okay,
I know
on our list. We gotta go.
I know that we are running short on time, but you guys sent me some amazing photography, like that you've captured. Do you have those available on your computer to where you can share them?
So I know I sent them earlier. I don't have them on my computer. Do you have them, Kim? Like your mirror ones? Yeah.
I don't have them on my
Yeah.
They're on my phone.
We'll share them on our Facebook.
I was gonna say,
that's perfect.
Oh yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah.
Or if you want to post them and like tag us, that would be awesome. So there were some great like captures. Can you tell me a little bit, like, what's your favorite one? Pick one. What's your favorite one? And where were you when you captured it?
I think, did you send the one from Wilson Castle? Is that the one in HMRM? Those are probably my two favorites. Honestly, Wilson Castle is probably my favorite because as you zoom in, it's not like the blurry figure of a ghostly figure. It's not all, blurry and stuff. It's literally when you zoom in and you see the reflection. And so what happened was I took three pictures in a row. When I looked back, one had a person sitting in the chair, and all you could see was him from like this far down. The next one was orbs, which I'm not a big fan of orbs, but because of what I captured in the first one, and then the last one, it kind of looks a little something. And then the last one was nobody sitting in the chair. So I had Michelle, my sister, sit in the chair to see how tall he would be. And she's 5'2". So he was obviously a lot taller because you could see her face in the mirror but you couldn't see his. It was actually blocked by the
the chin, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yep. So that one's one of my favorites. When I show people, they're like, "Oh my God," because it really like it happened in a room. It was just us 4 girls. It was actually Squirrel wasn't there at that point, but it was me, Michelle, our other sister Jen, and Sheila, the caretaker.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, there was no dude sitting in an 1800 suit in the chair.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at the picture now and I'm like zooming in. That's like a.
Is it wearing like a tuxedo?
Like a tuxedo.
It looks like a tuxedo. Yeah. You can see the buttons.
Welcome back, Deb.
Now, that's what I like about that picture. And there's a couple things I want to touch on that you said. Number one, orbs. A lot of people will argue about orbs all day long. My personal opinion on orbs, do I think they're real? I think that spirits can manifest in many different ways, whatever way that either they're able to or allowed to. When somebody shows me a picture of what they think are an orb, I don't even give my opinion, and I will not argue or debate orbs. If somebody says they got an orb, damn it, I wasn't there. You got an orb, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Orbs are dust. If it's moving funny and you're in a pitch black room and you think you got an orb, great. So like you don't got to explain yourself on this channel with an orb. Maybe another podcast, but I don't argue with anybody about orbs because I've seen things. I've seen those little beams of light or dot move crazy, and I know for myself it's not dust. I've seen dust. I've worked in dusty places. So if you say you got an orb, then damn it, you got an orb. I believe
exactly.
The only ones
we know the way, like like you said, like we know the way certain things move. Like if it's a piece of dust or if it's a bug, you're gonna kind of see a different type of movement. But even I showed Michelle, I was away and I had a dog sitter staying at the house, and on the Ring camera, I got notified downstairs that there was somebody at the that set it off. There was motion. I looked at it. This is definitely an orb. Like it was the Ring camera. It was just pointing at my door downstairs. And you see this thing just come from the ceiling. It's huge, goes right to the camera and then zips up and disappears. And I'm like, that's not a bug, but it's kind of cool. Like, I was like, that's interesting. I haven't really caught anything like that before. So yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. And we know Ronnie is adamant on this one. If you don't see it with your own eyes, it's dust, moisture, or bug. His opinion. Ronnie, for the first time ever, Sean and I got into a deep conversation recently about the paranormal veil thinning and the uptick in seeing things that can't be explained. And I would love your opinion, ladies. Recently, after I read this article, I was kind of, I read it and I was like, well, I ain't seen shit. Like, all right, cool. The paranormal veil's thinning. Good. We're going to get more communication. Like, that's where my mind went. And then it happens. I have seen shadow figures literally like manifest out of thin air in this house and just walk to the kitchen. Just like I'm not even there. And I'm like, I'm looking like, did I just see what the hell I thought I saw?
It started at Ringworth.
And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm tripping. So back to if you don't see it with your own eyes, in my living room, our office is off to the living room and the office door stays closed. Okay. And a ball of light manifested in front of the white office door and flickered out of the room. And I saw it with my own eyes. And again, it makes you kind of wonder, like, what caused that? Because I'm not going to see a bug do that in, broad daylight in my living room.
Right.
Like, that was just kind of strange to me.
Backstory, before we purchased this house, I'm all excited. I'm happy we got this house. Biggest house I ever lived in. I'm all
We took the little
happy,
keys picture, yay.
Neighbor walks up to me like, dude died in that bedroom up there about a month before y'all got this place, right? And I'm like, no, well, and he's telling me like I'm supposed to be scared of something. He didn't know I was a paranormal investigator. So I'm like,
score. Best day ever.
See, that's funny because
happen.
That happened to me. When I moved into this house a while back, I was, renovating a little bit, getting it ready to move in. And the basement door, the doorknob would turn, the door would open. I would see shadow figures. Things would just go flying off across the room. It was really active when I was like really working on it. And so I'm living here. I'm hearing bootsteps going up the stairs and different things. I go to talk to my neighbor, probably been here 6 months. And she says, oh, she goes, the lady that lived there before you, she was crazy. She used to hear people walking up the stairs. The basement door would open. She said she was nuts. She said she was seeing ghosts. And I'm just staring at her going, oh, shit.
What did I get myself into? Right.
I tell her. And I looked at her and I didn't say anything. And she went, oh, shit. Is that happening to you? I go, yeah, there's stuff in the house. It's fine. And she goes, oh, God, I feel awful now. I go, no, that's all right. I don't care if you believe it or not.
I was going to say, now we choose not to investigate where we live.
Same here.
I would never bust out equipment in this house. I do absolutely, if there was an outside party looking in, would think I am batshit crazy, because I do have conversations with the gentleman that passed away, because I think that he's not 100% sure that he's passed on. So he still goes about his day-to-day routine, and he is very loud.
Very.
And so, and he leaves lights on. And with the economy today, we are not leaving lights on in this house.
No.
He likes to put computers on that shut down.
So we will, we've had to converse and just explain, hey, look, these lights are off. Let's leave them off during the day. If you need to see something, you can see it. I'm sure you've got night vision. I don't know. But we're not going to stomp up and down the hallway on the hardwood floor. That's not going to happen. I'm trying to sleep. And I feel like once I sat down and actually had a conversation, and like I said, if there was an outside party looking in, they would think I'm absolutely freaking nuts, because I had a conversation just like me and you are having right now, with something. I have no idea if it's there, a spirit of some sort. And, after that though, it seemed to calm down. I haven't heard his boots on the floor. No lights have been on that I know I cut off. No computers. Every now and then he still opens my desk drawers.
No more orbs on the camera.
And I have not caught any orbs on the camera, but I went a little deeper with the conversation. I let him know. So this home was built by his grandparents. And so his grandparents raised all the kids here. And then he got married and had kids of his own. And when his parents passed on, he inherited the house. And then when his wife passed away, and then he passed away, the kids inherited the house, and then they sold it, and that's how we got it. So once I explained to him, your kids have moved up the road, they're no longer here. I even went as far as to tell him, my name's Courtney. I purchased your home. I don't mind if you stay here. We can cohabitate, but this is, we gonna lay down some ground rules. And I really feel like that almost was like an eye opener for him. He was like, oh, okay. I can move on now, maybe, or something, because it's my understanding that he was sick and just kind of passed away in his sleep. So he might not know that he's gone.
Yeah.
He might not, because the orbs that we catch on, or we used to catch on camera, were very methodical. So they would come out of the room where he passed away through a closed door. They would walk down the stairs, or float. It would float down the stairs, and then it would make a sharp right to the kitchen, almost like he was walking down the stairs, going to the kitchen to make a sandwich or whatever he's going to do. And then it would go and disappear in the refrigerator. Or, as Kimberly said, I got a notification at 2:00 in the morning. There was a person in my kitchen. And I'm like, a person? Normally I just get motion, but this actually said person detected. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. It's 2 a.m. Who the hell's in my kitchen? So
I saw it. I reached for my pistol.
I did. I pulled up. I was like, person, what the hell? I pulled up the camera, and it was like this orb, like this big. And it came into the kitchen, hovered in front of the refrigerator area, which happens to be right in front of the camera, and then shot directly into the camera. And I never saw it again. But the ring system actually picked it up as a person. And I don't know if it was size. I don't know, what was going on, but it was probably the biggest one that I've ever seen. The Haunted Octagon Mansion said, we right now are investigating our house because someone smacked the bed after pulling on John. Oh, hell no. See, now you're disturbing sleep. We had this conversation.
No, Ronnie posted a comment earlier that said the technology has advanced. And I'm going to stop there. Everyone's carrying a camera now. Yeah. I will say that could be a big reason why there's more evidence being caught. My phone camera is crazy on the Galaxy. I don't know which one I have, the 23.
You have the 23 plus or something.
Yeah, and the technology with these cameras is just ridiculous. Just with just a phone,
Yeah.
you don't have to go out and buy a $2,000-3,000 camera no more. You can just take your phone.
Right.
So ain't no telling what you can catch anymore with these cell phones. And then with everybody being an investigator, the evidence is remarkable. So
it's also too like the things that are getting caught on Ring cameras, which are kind of crazy, right? So you know that those aren't being faked. Like it's just the Ring camera catching something, and you're like, okay, but not everybody had that going when we were younger, right? So now it's like they're everywhere. Everybody has a Ring camera, so all of this stuff is getting captured, and they're like, that's weird. I remember the Ghost Kitty one. There was like a Ring camera that just caught this kitty that just was walking down and then just disappeared. It was like this little cat just walking down the street, disappears. And it's like that stuff we would have never caught before. So I feel like that's too. We just have technology going all the time, so we're catching things.
See, and I like watching that on YouTube. They have like series of creepy things caught on camera or whatever.
Well, let's get deeper than that. So everybody's carrying cameras. Everybody's got technology. But what about the extra energy being put out in the earth now with the towers and the extra houses being built, the generators, the heat pumps, all the extra energy you have on earth right now as opposed to 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, there's way more energy being generated now. And in our field, what do we believe? That they need energy to manifest. So if there's way more energy being put out in the atmosphere, then maybe the veil's not necessarily thinning, but maybe there's more energy for spirits to feed off of to manifest. Maybe that's why investigating is way more successful as well.
They say that Hollywood tells you about like events before they happen, right? So the new Ghostbusters movie, remember, it gathered all that energy, and then the middle of New York opened up and all these ghosts came out. What is it, Frozen Empire or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that movie was trash.
So
it was so bad.
It made me so sad.
Now the movie Ghostbusters, the one they came out with one with a bunch of girls. It was like all girl team. I thought that was good.
That was hilarious.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But the Frozen Empire, whoever made that, y'all did a terrible job. It was trash.
that one was definitely a disappointment. I actually went to the movie theaters to watch it, and I was like, are we serious?
I would say everything comes out on Amazon.
I feel like they keep remaking horror films and like hoping they get better or whatever. Like, aren't they coming out with like a new Nun or something?
They need to leave that alone too. Trash. The first Conjuring was great. Second one was all right. Third one was Stop remaking stuff, Hollywood. It's trash.
Yes, I agree with that, Ronnie. The one before Frozen Empire was good. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, I like that
I
one.
can't think of what it was.
I'm old school. Give me the old stuff.
I like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, and the only thing that I liked about Frozen Empire was the mini marshmallows.
Oh, they were cute. I loved them.
They were hilarious.
Y'all lost me now.
I got just ordered a shirt, and it's got all the little mini Stay Puffs, and it says Mini Puffed Mayhem, and I love it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, I think it is another thunderstorm. I do hear thunder. Thunderstorms out here lately have been horrible.
Thank God for a generator.
So Daryl said you just try to live with them, keep the peace if you can. Deb and John didn't get any sleep at all last night. I would not have gotten any sleep either.
We got to get back out to visit.
Yeah. And then Elvis came back. Elvis came back.
I'm sorry, I'm not an Elvis fan.
Or did he ever die? Conversation for another day.
Right.
Now we can say bring Hank Williams Sr. back.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
I'm not an Elvis guy.
Well, guys, do you have any other stuff to share with us before we wrap it up? I mean, I love the little photo too, Katie, that you sent me from Wales. You sent me from, I was just looking at it and I was trying to figure it out. The ancient Ram Inn.
That was mine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I'm the mirror girl. For some reason, they like to appear for me.
Little leg.
So that's the one that I was telling you about. So ancient Ram Inn is like 1100.
Oh, nobody was standing there?
No. But
no.
That's like a clear as day picture.
Right.
But like the crazy
I didn't see these.
The
time
crazy
stamp is like there's like literally I just went snap and I ran back, and so you can see me in the same picture on the left hand side, but then the woman,
so she's standing right
even
here.
The dress she's in is in like a different type of
standing
material.
right here.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
the woman,
I thought it was like a wedding dress or something.
So there was nothing here. I'm showing him the photos. So you can see her standing here. This is Kimberly.
Right.
And then there's the woman.
Yeah.
Zoom in on it.
And then I have a zoomed in one right here.
And you can almost see like her leg. Like
her
the
leg almost looks necrotic.
You can see her
Isn't it
calf
weird?
on everything.
Yeah, she looks like she's in a shift,
That's
almost, like
wild.
a white shift dress.
Yeah.
But
Really clear.
But I mean, that place,
material
that
wouldn't
was
even
like,
be used today.
And it
I
almost
think
looks
she was a sacrifice, personally.
Yeah,
'cause
we do
that
kind of think
place
she was
is
a
built on top of the old Druid, religion, whatever,
Yeah, it was
the
like-
sacred areas. But that place was built in 1100 AD, and it's still standing. And they found bones, so
they found a lot of kid bones buried underneath
Yeah.
like, in the living room and stuff. It was pretty much like a pagan sacrificial type of area. So I don't know. Somebody told me like they zoomed in and they were like, "Oh, it looks like she's got black smut on her dress," and I was like, "I don't know," but I don't know. It looked like a wedding dress to me. It was really strange because that is a wall where she's coming out of. So I was like, And it was the witch's room.
Ronnie, yes, please send it. I would love it. I would love it. But wait a minute, hold on. So I'm going back through all your pictures just because I looked earlier and I was working.
She didn't show them to me.
Not yet, because I was hoping that they would share them and it would be. So wait a minute, hold on. Skirt. So you guys did the Conjuring House, okay?
yeah,
We've done
And
it
I'm
many
looking-
times because we live in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
it's
So I'm
20
looking.
minutes for me.
So it was all girls
Yeah.
there. Who the hell is this?
Oh, you sent my picture?
Yeah.
So I'm taking the picture, and then the person next to me is Squirrel, except it looks like a man. It looks like
Yeah,
Hitler.
with a
but I know
pointy
it's not.
nose.
Yeah, with the mustache.
I wonder if like everybody could see it.
That I didn't see that till the next day when
It
I
looks
was
like Freddy Krueger a little bit too.
Yeah.
It's like a witch.
And the girl next
Well, I'm not
to
saying it looks like
her
a witch, but
She's a
doesn't look like
witch.
girl either. No. It was weird though, because she got really drained after we did that session down there, and so did the other girl. And we saw the pictures the next day and went, "Holy shit!"
So wait a minute. There's a black man sitting there too.
Yeah,
No, that's Jordan. That's
a girl.
not a black man.
That's a
right?
16-year-old girl.
16-year-old girl.
You all see this on our podcast, right? The black man sitting there.
She's
And
a
I sent you
16-year-old
too,
girl.
Courtney, the picture of the girl, what she really looks like. I sent her that too.
Yeah, that's what I was
What the
gonna
hell?
say. If you have that one,
Yeah. So the one after that, Courtney, is like what we really look like in person. Like,
like what Jordan looked like.
yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
yeah, Ron, I heard bits and pieces about the Conjuring House.
Yes. We'll ask your opinion before we wrap this up, because since you've been there so much and you
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really get into.
let me grab my cup for this.
We avoid the drama. Let's just say
Yeah,
we avoid
I don't
power
get into
drama
it.
at all costs.
Like I chose not to look into it too much.
Yeah,
That place, it's legit. My feeling and our feelings is it's the land that house is on that actually has the
Elementals.
entities and everything.
It has elementals for sure.
Yeah, we think they're elementals, but we've had activity every time. One time it was a little quieter. We've had a couple of times where I've seen some crazy shit, and there's no way that anybody faked it for me to see it, especially because I was the only one that saw it, because I do see things more than they do sometimes. But everything that we've caught there couldn't have been faked. So we kind of just look at it as we kind of stay out of it because I don't know the whole story, and I feel bad if people have been hurt by what's going on. And I'm really saddened that this place is going to kind of get the backlash of this because of whatever is happening. Because I feel like the location itself is really legit.
It is.
And-
It's
How do
crazy.
you feel about their prices?
Huh?
How do you feel about their prices?
It's
It wasn't bad though the time that we rented it out because it was only what 5 of us. And we
six
had
of
it from
us. Yeah, we
6 of
kind
us.
of just
We did it from
split
7
it.
to 7.
It's not bad if you can just rent it the night and just split it yourselves, but
Like, the reason I'm asking is because I've heard, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I choose not to go and listen to the 50 million Conjuring House drama YouTube videos,
Yeah.
just because at the end of the day, it's on my bucket list and I'm going to go. So, I mean, I don't want anything to cloud my judgment, but I've heard so many different situations. Like somebody told me that the new owner is now charging $1,400 if you want to go live for 2 hours.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. She is. It is a little strange because like all of our videos that we took, anything that's like a live photo or video has to go through her first.
And then I was about to say, she requires all the evidence to go through her. If she doesn't agree with it or doesn't think that it's paranormal, you can't post it. And if you do, now you're.
That's why we haven't posted anything. We're just like, whatever.
So now there's another location here in Virginia that's similar. I'll be honest. I'll call them out. I don't care. I don't care. Everybody who knows us knows this podcast is open. We say that multiple times. The Exchange Hotel. I know I'm about to get backlash. I am about to get backlash in the comments. I am not a fan of the Exchange Hotel. I will not be back to the Exchange Hotel, and I'll tell you why. They make you sign a contract that says any evidence you get has to go through them first. I am not opposed to that. I signed the contract. I'm okay with that. But if I send you the evidence, write me back.
Right.
Write me back. Just let me know, like, yes, you can post or no, you can't. Like, at least respond. So then when I try to call you, you don't answer. I've got your cell phone number. I text you and you're not responding to any of my texts. So all that evidence got canned. Like, I mean, I've got it in my own personal, file folder. And it is what it is. And there actually is a piece of evidence that I believe I did post on TikTok because I said, fuck it. Like, if you're not going to respond, I'm going to
you don't tag them.
Yeah, I didn't tag them. I just
you can say it just came from that place, but they're really not going to get notified if you don't tag them per se.
Right.
Because it's not like we're friends with her, so she's not going to see my stuff if I post it.
See, and Ronnie, my experience was not that great. Now, it was a very slow night. The one thing that's like super weird is there was like negative energy in there. And it actually caused an argument between a couple team members. Like, I just, Now
I'll say we're not bashing the location. It's a good location to investigate. However, bad business to me will keep me from going anywhere. Well, and again, I'm very open and honest. If anybody has a problem with what I said, don't run and talk about me like a baby. Just hit me up. But I'm grown. I'm gonna give my opinion. If you do bad business with me, I'm gonna speak my mind.
I feel like
if we contact you, and we're contacting you several times, I get it. Life happens. People go through stuff, but that's why you have several staff with you. Say, hey, I can't handle this right now. Get back to them. You got teams that are paying you to investigate. Teams that are capturing evidence. Get back to them.
I feel like if you have a paranormal location, okay, Daryl, bye. We will see you this week.
Daryl.
Hey,
thank you, Daryl.
Clover Hill.
Daryl, and I can post anything from Clover Hill. Thank you. But I feel like if you have a paranormal location, you know what you're doing. You know that you're having paranormal teams come in there. You know that photography and videography are key components to paranormal research.
Right.
So post away.
I feel that way too. And then they ruined the company. I think it's like Ghost Adventures LLC, which I don't know if it's associated with Zach Baggins, but they ruined Lizzie Borden House for us. So that's right in Fall River, Massachusetts, basically a half hour from us. What they did was they bought it, and you can only rent out a room now. So if you go to try and investigate, you're stuck in your room. You can't even investigate any other rooms. So then you've got other people that have rented certain rooms, and like you can't even go in there. You're not allowed to. We couldn't even.
And they'll let it in. And they had people come in and investigate in the basement, and we weren't even allowed in the kitchen while we're renting a room at the bed and breakfast for the night. And the next morning, we're like, wait, we had to pay extra for breakfast? I guess we're going out to breakfast.
It was terrible.
They wanted to do an axe throwing thing in the back. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So,
yeah.
I mean, my feeling is I don't like when these big people buy these only because I feel like they exploit the locations, and it just wrecks it. Yeah. It totally wrecks it.
Yeah, Ronnie, I see your comment, like you have to rent every room. And I actually, one of the first places we investigated was Lizzie Borden House way back in the day, and I rented the whole house. But that was when it was somebody else that owned it. You can't even rent every room because every room is so expensive now. So they're getting like $400 per room. So you can't even rent the house, and you can't rent every room because there's no way. And they made rooms into places that weren't rooms to make more money. It's just, it's getting out of control. Like, it's not fair.
So normal people outside of paranormal teams can rent a room. Like if I just want to go vacay, okay. I was going to say that would be cool. Like, we're trying to bring hashtag para-unity to the forefront, right? I think that would be cool if like every room was rented out by a team and everybody just kind of collaborated and was like, you can come into my room, you can come into my room. Like that's, that would be cool.
We could all do that. Like if we all just rented
that way.
Yeah,
It sounds
sleep anyway, so
that would be perfect. But yeah, it would have to be like like I couldn't rent a room and then Michelle rent a room. You know what I mean? Like we'd probably go in our room together and squirrel as we usually do anyway to make things cheaper.
That's what I'm saying.
I do want to put a disclaimer out there because we hosted a location here in Lynchburg, Virginia, where we don't allow people to post publicly the location that you caught your evidence at. You can post all the evidence you want. You can post us. You can post whatever you capture. You just can't tag the location. But that's because it's a cemetery that people are still actively buried at. And it's out of respect for the people that's being buried there. If somebody's Aunt Susie just got buried there, I don't know how that family would feel having that grave in the picture being tagged at that location. So, but that's a disclaimer that we put out up front. You don't, if you don't want that, if you don't want to be able to not tag that location, then don't investigate there. So that's not something where we bring you in and say, yeah, come investigate. We'll just run it through us first, and then we never get back to you. That's something up front. Hey, post anything you want, just not the location. Just don't tag the location. So I know somebody's going to probably come at me and say, wait a minute, we can't post y'all's evidence. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. You can post anything you want, whether we agree with it or not. You just can't tag the location.
Right. Haunted Octagon Mansion. You can get the whole 8,800 square feet at the Octagon for $500 for 18 hours.
Going. I just wrote it down. We're on our way.
And that
they're not even mentioning everything with that. Octagon Mansion, you get a whole green room to yourself.
Paranormal team green room.
Yeah,
with snacks.
With the most comfortable couch in the world.
And drinks. They'll ask you like what you drink or whatever, and then the fridge has like some sodas and waters.
Yeah,
and
the hospitality there is great.
And there's a grocery store literally across the street. A Pizza Hut delivers to the back door. It's great.
The whole basement of the Octagon Mansion is like a green room, so like your team can can sleep there. It's and then when you're ready to investigate, just walk up the steps to the mansion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we're networking, so we can cut these crazy costs and deal with locations like the board. Yes, Ronnie, yes. We used to bring donuts for breakfast. Well, now I feel gypped. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I could do without a donut. Although donuts are so good.
Well, Soul Sister Supernatural are definitely in for networking.
Yes,
we are too.
Yeah.
We are too. We're actually, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, we're networking actually with Ronnie this weekend. We're collaborating and teaming up and doing St. Albans, which is going to be a lot of fun. At the end of the day, again, hashtag para-unity. I just posted a meme on my Facebook. I'm all about paranormal family. Enough with the drama, enough with the bullshit. Like we're all in it for the same ultimate end result.
Most of the people you saw tuned in tonight are either affiliated with other teams or locations.
Right.
Ron Anderson's with a whole nother team. And Paulette, he's on Bedford Paranormal as well, but he also has another location which we just investigated like a month or two ago.
Yes. I will be back to just when it cools down, Daryl. Yeah. I know you left.
I think it was like 100 and some degrees that day we investigated there.
There was a
thermometer. So when it cools down, we're going back. Terrible. We'll be back.
Yes, Carrie, or our location as well.
Yeah, you can come down our location as well. It's a cemetery, but it's a different type of cemetery. There's several old buildings there, and it's very active.
Ronnie said I was hot. We all were hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out Carrie Whitby. She's on our team.
Yes, Carrie is one of our team members. She is mainly in charge. I'm going to call her the videographer.
The cameraman.
The cameraman.
She's the cameraman and she's the sound guy in my band.
That's right.
Or our band. I don't like to say our band.
Well, ladies, it's been an absolute pleasure. Do you have any questions for us?
No.
You got any questions for us? We've been asking stuff all
night.
But we need to collaborate. We're in for this. We want to do something with you guys. Yeah. This is a lot of fun.
Michelle, make sure you bring the wedgie.
I'll bring the wedgies.
No.
We want the wedgies.
You leave them wedgies at your house, girl.
Wedgies. Bring the damn wedgies.
Now all of a sudden I'm missing a K2. No. and I find it in the attic of the location we're at. No, that's weird. When are the sisters coming to the Octagon? Is the question that they've got for you.
We
All
have
right,
to
we'll
come soon.
Figure it out.
We will definitely we'll collaborate. We'll get together. We got to do this.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if everybody wants to give you a follow, a like, a shout out, all that stuff on social media, where can they find you guys?
At Soul Sisters Supernatural. So we're on Instagram and Facebook right now. We're trying to get the YouTube going, but we're elder millennials, so only go by. So I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm an elder millennial too, and I just got our YouTube up.
Our YouTube sucks now.
It sucks.
It sucks.
I think I've got like a couple 8-minute compilations, and
I think
then
it's
our
just our
podcast.
interviews on there. I think that's the main.
We're trying.
Try it.
Yeah, my TikTok. I'm gonna brag on my TikTok. My TikTok is the bomb.
Our TikTok's fire. YouTube's slacking.
Yeah, TikTok seems to be where it's at, but it's all about the hashtags now. You know,
Right.
so
Nobody looks at stuff on YouTube except for DIY.
I look
How do I change my water pump on my car? YouTube.
True.
I look at YouTube all the time. I'm going to look up the Ouija's.
Yes, I'm getting off here and I'm going to look up wedgies.
What is it
All
again?
right.
So I get it actually correct. Puck Ouija's.
Wedgies, like
Puck
W with
Wudgies. So
Wudgies.
PUCKWUDGIES.
Write that down.
Ouija's.
Yes.
Hold on.
Wudgies.
I'm going to text you right now because I want to make sure that it's appropriate or spelled
Here,
appropriate.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Puck.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Wedgies.
Yeah.
There you go. We got it.
Ouija's.
I love his name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling you from now on.
Ronnie said Puck. Puck. Ronnie, we mastered the Puck part. Okay.
He's just got Puck.
We have not mastered
I'm
the
calling
Ouija.
you that all weekend.
Ronnie, I'm not going.
You'll have to let us know if you're missing anything now. Like now that
Yeah,
we're manifesting this.
I'm paying attention to this. I really am. Like, I feel like that's where all my bobby pins
We
are
are
going.
conjuring up the wedgies.
I know. I feel like we're all going to be missing something tomorrow.
Oh,
All right, guys.
Daryl's back. The damn Ouija's.
Let the wedgies go.
Their
We have to
hashtag.
get back in. All right, guys.
All
Well,
right.
I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I absolutely loved conversing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look. I've got so much information to research.
Hey, sister, soul sister.
Yeah, I feel like that music should be playing right now.
Yeah, y'all
song,
y'all need entrance music, man.
Right?
Get on that squirrel.
Or YouTube. Yeah.
That's right. You know what? Let's see something really quick. Hold on, before we let him go, we gonna do it.
Look, you turn the screen off. Now I don't know where to look.
Look up at the camera. Hold
I don't
on.
know where to look. I'm just gonna look at the dog. I don't know where to look.
What's happening?
Oh, hold
I don't
on.
know what's going on. I
We
can't,
gonna give him some exit music.
they can't hear what you're about to.
Which one?
That's
This
not
one?
that-
Yeah,
no.
it is.
That's not it.
This is it. Oh, look at that.
Oh my god!
Oh, my God.
Look,
I did.
they can't hear that.
Look at that. This is their exit music, y'all.
They can't hear that. Y'all hear that?
No.
They can't hear it.
Well, damn. I tried to put your exit music.
I like the
I
effort.
appreciate
Sure.
it.
All right. Well, next time we interview you guys, there will be exit music. I promise.
Awesome.
All
That's
right.
we're gonna book another podcast just so you can hear that song.
Sounds like a plan.
They need their own entrance music.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Without your support, we would not be able to have this show on Tuesdays. Soul Sisters Supernatural. Follow them on Facebook, IG, and they're working on a YouTube. That's to be announced.
All the people that tuned in, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
For
guys.
those that don't know,
Thank
I'm
you.
Courtney.
I'm Sean.
We're Hill City Paranormal, and I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
Thanks, guys.